Greetings everybody, my name is Tommy the Game Master and welcome to my channel. Well, yesterday I did a video on Sonic Mania, just giving you my first few thoughts on the PC version, and it's a very fun game. However, I found out also yesterday while it was taking forever to upload that it uses DRM called Denuvo. And one of the things I also forgot to mention when I went and did the PC gaming response to Review Tech USA about the difference between PC gamers and consoles. One of the other downsides that PC gamers don't really like to mention is their DRM, and that is they have no control over it. Nintendo, Sony, and Sega all have complete control over their DRM, and because of that, you know you have a unified DRM. And Microsoft and Sony are pretty good at making sure their DRM respects the customers and protects the customers too, as well as the publishers. Nintendo is starting to learn very slowly that if you don't respect the customers, they're not going to buy your product. I'm still interested to see what happens when streaming services hit Switch before I give any real praise to Nintendo there. But anyways, PCs don't have a unified DRM. So what happens is oftentimes publishers and game makers will go out to third-party developers and pick up some sort of DRM program to put on their game to make sure people aren't pirated. This oftentimes pisses PC users off because oftentimes it's regarded as malware, and what happens more times than not is it slows the game down, which Denuvo does do, and it also keeps people from enjoying their games. In Denuvo's case, it oftentimes has to be online only. Sega has issued a patch to let you play offline, at least temporarily, I do believe. I don't know how that would work with just the way Denuvo seems to work. And if you do any modifications to your PC while offline, you could get locked out of your game. I don't know if it's just for a day or two or if it's permanently, but people don't like to be locked out of software they have legitimately purchased, all in the attempts of trying to stop piracy. And here's the most ironic thing about it, is the people who pirate games usually find a way to crack this stuff or find a go around in about 2 or 3 days, if not 2 or 3 weeks. And then what usually happens is that the DRM free pirated version runs smoother on the PC, gives you less headaches, and you never have to worry about being locked out of the game, a game you didn't legally purchase. But the legally purchased game locks you out after giving, people your money. People have the right to be pissed. Now, Sega's in double trouble for this because one of the things they did was delay Sonic Mania for 2 weeks to fix PC issues, because the PC Master Race can be buggy as crap sometimes. I've already mentioned several games. I did a whole series on the Tales of Symphonia patches because it took forever for Namco Bandai to get that running right. And once they did, they got it running better than they did on the PS3, but it took a while for them to even get a game that I would even recommend thinking about purchasing. But Sega had to go back and fix some of these issues, supposedly. During that time, they gave out Sonic the Hedgehog as the free pre-order gift. Now, Sonic the Hedgehog is a good game, but it's not really of high value because it can be pretty much found on every console everywhere. It's been released hundreds of times, well, maybe not hundreds, but dozens of times throughout the year. It's not that great of a gift, if you ask me, not one that would be worth pre-ordering a game on Steam for, at least. But it gets better. Because people downloaded that Sonic the Hedgehog game, the date of purchase, the date of download is the date they downloaded Sonic the Hedgehog and not Sonic Mania. Because of that, they are now outside of Steam's refund policy. They can't get refunds for a game they're worried that will either lock them out, slow down, or severely hamper the use of their computer. Nice going, Sega. You finally found a game that had brought up some goodwill among your old school fan base, because you haven't made any great games, at least with the Sega title, in years. I can't think of the last time I got really excited for playing a Sega game, not since Sonic Generations probably. And then you pull this stuff on your PC user base. And again, I would like to remind developers, when it comes to Steam, it's not wise to tick people off. The Steam community is more integrated than console gamers. We have keyboards right on our PC. When I exit a Steam game, all I have to do is click discussions right in the corner, because I usually launch my games using the Steam app. So the discussion boards for that game is just a click away. After I'm done playing it, I can issue my complaints. I can read other people's complaints. So it's not really wise to screw around with the Steam user base. Sega, I hope you patch this game in a few weeks, because after a few weeks, that's usually when most money is made on these games. And get rid of this stuff, because I think it will cost you in the long term, not only with this game's sales long term, but also with your user base, because people just don't like restrictive DRM. We legally purchased the game. We should be able to use the game. And when you create a version that's actually less working than the pirated version, you are asking for piracy. I'm sorry. Anyways, this is Tommy the Game Master, thanking you for listening to this rant, and Sega, patch your game.